Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we will finally be reviewing the Natasha Denona Zendo palette. It finally got here. It's not used. It's perfect. So hopefully, I like the formula. If you like this kind of content, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me, and make sure you're subscribed before you leave, and let's jump in. So this is the palette itself right here. It's gorgeous. It gets lots of fingerprints, so try to keep on the outer portion of it. But no scratches. We're off to a good start. And we open it up, and this is what it looks like. This color story is so beautiful. It's very earthy. That's what I get from this color story. I think it's absolutely stunning. I think it's a lot of these shades definitely will go with my eye color, and this one, I had to have it. So after all the hell I've been through, if you watched my last video, I finally got a new palette that I can actually test out. This is my first time trying Natasha Denona, and forgetting the bad experiences that I've already had, I want to truly have my first impression of this formula. Is it truly worth the $65 price tag? So we're going to go ahead and jump into a look. I did already prime my eyes. I'm actually trying to use this up right here. It's, excuse me, the Essence I Love Color Intensifying Eyeshadow Base. My voice is very raspy, and I'm very sorry about that. I believe this is standard for her palettes, but you can pop these out and rearrange them or mix and match with her palettes. And I really do like that. I think that's really cool. And I know there are several cream to powder formulas in here. I'm going to go ahead and start off with this shade right here. It's like almost like a deep mauvey pink. It's Relief. And I'm going to go ahead and take that on a fluffy brush. Quite a bit picks up on the brush. I'm going to tap some of that off. And I'm going to go ahead and start working this into my crease. Now again, this is my very first impressions of this brand. There is quite a bit of kick up in the pan, but I didn't really get any pigment. I've heard so much about this brand that I needed to try it. I really did. Me trying to justify that price tag, it was hard. It really was. You can get so many amazing palettes for very inexpensive. But I have really been branching out and trying different brands of all different price tags. So I really wanted to give her a shot. I want to give you guys my honest opinion. I really truly base myself on honesty. That shade, I don't know if you can see it, it's very patchy. It's very patchy. Now, I don't know, I do not set my eye base, and I don't know if maybe that's something you have to do with these, but it's not, this eye, it was difficult to blend, and it's still super patchy. I don't know. We are going to go ahead and deepen up that shade with this deeper shade right here called Vigor. That one does seem to have quite a bit more pigment. It might just be because I'm new to the formula. All right, everybody. Today is a new day. I was struggling so hard with those shadows, and I don't know what it was, but we're gonna try again. I am gonna use these shades right here. I am wearing like a greenish earthy top to go with it, I guess. But I think I'm gonna try maybe 2 different looks. I just used concealer today for my eye primer. So I'm really hoping things will work out better. I don't know what was going on, but I'm going to go into this shade right here, Breath. And I'm going to take it on a very fluffy brush. And I'm going to start patting it. Guys, I don't know about this palette. I really don't. There's barely any pigment with this shade. I'm really trying not to let the experience reflect how I feel about this palette, but as you can see, there's no pigment. There's no pigment to the shade. So I'm going to keep trying to build this up. Now, I don't know, maybe these ones are the ones that are the cream to powder, but in any case, it still should have more pigment. I mean, there's no pigment to this. This is my 3rd time dipping in. And I'm not even blending, I'm just setting it on there. 4th time dipping in. It's a very light wash of color. Very light. I'm going to go ahead and go into this deep green shade called Mantra. That lighter green shade, it's barely a wash of color. And I'm going to go ahead, and I did tap a tiny bit of that off. I'm going to go ahead and start working this on my outer V as well as through my crease. That one has quite a bit more pigment to it. That one does have pigment. It blended out okay. I am experiencing like right here, right in the middle of my eye, it's not really wanting to stick. But I'm going to take the same brush that I used for that darker green, the Mantra, and I'm going to take Breath again. And I'm like really going to load up my brush. And I'm going to start blending that out with that. Maybe that will help. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I am going to take, let me take my fingers. I mean, you can see how much I've used of this shade. I'm really hoping you can, because I mean, it's quite a bit of it. My fingers for this. Now that's pretty. That is a very pretty shade. And I'm going to start tapping that almost in the middle of my eye to meet the other darker green shade that I used. That is a very beautiful shade. Very beautiful. It does seem to be darker than that outer green shade that I used. So we might have to go back in and deepen that up a little bit more. Hopefully it deepens up. And then I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Flow. Again, on my finger. It's pretty similar, but a shade lighter maybe. And I'm going to put that on the inner part of my lid. And I want those to mesh and blend together. Let me know if you guys got this palette. Are you experiencing the same problems I am with it? I can't be the only one. I mean, I have tons and tons of eyeshadow palettes. I'm very well versed. That's not it. I'm very well rounded in different formulas and how to work with them, from very affordable to very high end, Pat McGrath, everything. But this one, I don't know what's going on. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. If you guys have advice for me, please let me know what to do, because I want this to work. I really do. I want it to work. This color story, it's beautiful. It really is. So I am trying to figure out how to get this to work. I've never given up on an eyeshadow look before, so that was a whole new thing for me. So I really want this to work. I really do. I was able to build up that green mantra so that it was darker. It did take multiple layers, lots of product, but I did finally get it to where I wanted it. The two shimmer shades, they look like one shade now, completely. They do not look any different from each other. As you can see, I mean, they look identical now. So we're going to try a very neutral look on the other eye. I think I'm going to stick to maybe these and just try a very basic look. I'm a mom of 3. I have to very much hurry up with my makeup. So typically 3-4 shades at most is what I use. I am going to start off with the shade, I think right here, this one, on a fluffy brush. It's called Bounce. This is her standard matte that has pigment. So I'm wondering if I'm using the ones that are her cream to matte formula. I wasn't even paying attention. So maybe there is a trick to those. But you shouldn't have to work for your look. They should blend themselves out. They should, I mean, especially at this price tag, they absolutely should blend well. They should go on, not patchy. You can obviously get whatever you want to work if you work hard enough. But I don't want to work. I want my shadows to go on effortlessly. I want them to blend. I want them to build. Now I'm sounding bitchy. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and go into this brown shade right here. It almost has like a green undertone to it. Almost like a khaki. The name of it is Zeal. Again, this one looks to be like Balance. A matte basic shade. A little bit more. I really want this to be defined. I kind of want this to be like a wing, so I don't have to use liner. And let me get it on my nose. I have been using my basic brushes that I typically use, so it's not like a learning curve with those. Like I said, if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. Please. Now this one, it's blending, but it's almost patchy as well. I'm going to go ahead and go into this deep, rich brown right here. It is called Mindful. This one seems to be one of the cream formulas. I just want to deepen up the outer V a little bit more. I'm just gently, very gently going to start tapping that where I want it. All right, that blended out pretty well. It seems kind of just like a mess at this point, if I'm being completely honest. It It's very muddy looking, very muddy looking. So as you can see, there's like more pigment here, but not so much through here. So I don't know. That's not how I placed it, but that's what I'm getting. So I think I'm going to go into the shade Sense, and I'm going to put that on the middle part of my eyelid, and then I'm going to take this shade right here, Tranquil, and I'm going to put that on the inner part. Now with this, I don't really see anything to put on my inner corner, but that's a pretty shimmer. It doesn't seem to be like very metallic. It's just kind of like a basic shimmer. Okay, I'm gonna go into this shade right here, Tranquil. I hope that's how you say that. She's a whiz. See, they're very basic for shimmers. They're pretty. Not much difference between those either. Between those two shimmers. Just like this eye, I mean, the one shimmer is just a smidge lighter. Let me see here. I'm gonna try something. See these? These are the two that I have on this eye right here. They look so different. They swatched amazing. Absolutely amazing. They feel very silky and smooth. Let me swatch the other two for you. These look beautiful. They swatch absolutely stunningly. So why are they not doing that on the eyelid? And over on this eye, I'm going to take the shade Zeal, and I'm going to put that on the outer third of my eye. This is typically how I do my makeup every day. Let me know if you guys would like to see more like halo eyes or spotlight eyes, whatever they call them now. I don't know. And then I'm going to take the shade Balance, basically just repeating exactly what I did on top on the bottom. That's all I do. I don't think in this palette there really is any inner corner highlights for me or brow bone highlights. So I'm not going to do that. I'm probably just going to use the highlighter that I used for my face today. I am going to go ahead, jump off camera. I'm going to go ahead and finish my face. I started it, but it's been a mess. So I'm going to redo that. I'm going to do mascara, eyeliner, maybe lashes, maybe not. You know. Alright, everybody. This is the look completely finished. Honestly, now I've tried 2.5 looks. The packaging, it's beautiful. This color story, it's stunning. It really is. It's so gorgeous. The formula, I think there's better out there. I really do. On my very first impressions of this, again, you know, I tried basically every shade in this palette. With the $65 price tag, no, I don't think this is worth it. I really don't. I think you can get a lot more affordable palettes that probably do have this color story. All in all, though, I don't believe this is worth $65. I don't. There were a lot of shades that were patchy, and some of them, they just don't have any pigment to them. The shimmers on the eye, they are very much alike, and honestly, there's not a light enough shade for an inner corner for my skin tone. So with all the negatives behind it, the $65 price tag, it's just not worth it to me. I'm just speaking from my opinion and how I've used it. Again, if you guys have any suggestions out there, please feel free to let me know, because I would really, really like to enjoy this palette. And right now, I might use it once in a blue moon. If you did like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed before you leave. And I hope everybody has an amazing day. Bye, guys.